SCP-001, Kalinin's Proposal, Object Class Keter. SCP-001 is a sapient entity, or entities capable of initiating and exerting control over anomalous phenomena on Earth and in all regions of space observable thus far by modern scientific methods. SCP-001 is hostile and is believed to be motivated by a desire to cause profound distress and suffering to humanity on a planetary scale. The methodology of SCP-001 in achieving this goal appears to include undermining large-scale human institutions and specifically eroding belief in a rational consensus reality. Anomalous activity has been documented by the Foundation since its inception in and evidence exists of such activity dating back to the beginnings of recorded history. However, shortly after the formal establishment of the Foundation, this activity increased sharply, and early statistical models suggested a coordinated actor behind a significant amount of documented anomalies. The presence of an agent causing this phenomenon was confirmed in 1953. Communication was received from SCP-001 by the Foundation in early 1954, demonstrating that SCP-001 possessed sapience and intelligence that was sufficiently analogous to humans to enable a meaningful transfer of information. The records of this communication are limited to Level 5 clearance at this time. Upon receiving the communication from SCP-001, Project Serapis, later known as SCP-2798, was initiated. This project is believed to have interfered significantly with SCP-001's ability to locate and perceive humanity and Earth during its lifetime, accounting for a sharp decline in the rate of new anomalous phenomena and fewer anomalies of a high-impact nature. With the cessation of SCP-2798, SCP-001 has succeeded in locating and properly identifying the population of Earth and resumed its direct influence over anomalous activity on Earth and local environs as of the 2nd of November 2016. This has taken the form of newly documented anomalies, as well as the spontaneous disappearance and reappearance outside of Foundation custody of previously contained phenomena, in new iterations that have been altered to apparently cause greater amounts of difficulty in containment and heightened psychological impact upon Foundation personnel and civilians. A developing listing of altered phenomena with existing SCP designations is attached to this file. The precise nature of SCP-001 itself is unknown at this time. Available sources of information suggest that SCP-001 is alive, occupies a plane of existence either similar or identical to that observable by humanity, displays a form of intelligence organically similar to that of humans or adapted to be such, and possesses an intimate understanding of human psychology. The purpose behind SCP-001's manipulation of local reality is not discernible with current information. No means are now known of interfering directly with SCP-001. Addendum 001.1 Situational Updates February 11th, 2016 23:14:06 Greenwich Mean Time. A lot of databases are compromised. Apollo 62 hosts 001 and will probably be the last to go down in the event of a total collapse. Use this space to back up any bulletins you've been sending out. R. Armitage, Chief Information Officer. February 11th, 2016 23:55:54 Greenwich Mean Time. The organism to which SCP-058 belongs is now in its holding area. Additional security personnel requested immediately. J. Epstein, Containment Supervisor, Armed, Biocontainment Area 14. March 11th, 2016, 1:37:19. Greenwich Mean Time. Is anyone else able to contact Site 77? We need details ASAP. K. Novotelnov, Eastern Europe, Charge D'Affaires, Department of External Affairs. March 11th, 2016, 3 o'clock, Greenwich Mean Time. November 3rd, 2016, Force Readiness Report. Combat Capable Forces in Zone 8. 692 personnel, 19 units. This message is automatically generated. Do not respond. Foundation Milserv List. March 11th, 2016, 5:35:08, Greenwich Mean Time. Any IT folks who can see this, get those pictures of all the 439 instances down off Imgur now. A. Singh, Emergent Phenomena Specialist, Site 45. March 11th, 2016. For most of these, by the way. Greenwich Mean Time. I'm trapped in my office and I cannot access any other database. Send assistance to Area 7. Please hurry. F. Ramirez, Research Director, Armed, Topographical, Area 7. 5:49:23, Greenwich Mean Time. System, error message lost. A. Gladstone, North American Subdirector. 6:03:17, Greenwich Mean Time. The entirety of the Ursa Minor constellation is no longer observable in the night sky. Please update all navigation software accordingly. Q. Nguyen, Astrophysicist 3, Office of Celestial Anomalies. 6:17:59, Greenwich Mean Time. Requesting permission to counterattack the SCP-1000 instances occupying Blalock, Oregon. We will engage in 15 minutes if we continue to receive no acknowledgement from command. M. Iqbal, Captain Mobile Task Force Zeta 1000. 6:22:47, Greenwich Mountain Time. F. Ramirez, Research Director, Armed, Topographical Area 7. 7:05:57, Greenwich Mean Time. Site 17 is lost. Evacuate all remaining personnel. Disregard all other communications saying otherwise. Do not send any more personnel within 100 miles. I am personally redirecting all remaining disinformation units on the continent to put a natural disaster narrative out ASAP. Verified Overseer Account. 7:19:43. Nightingale 2:8. All staff are instructed to stop thinking about squids or octopi immediately. Staff overseeing cephalopod-like SCP objects are instructed to destroy them as soon as feasible. This message has been transmitted in a Grade B subconscious suggestibility modality cognitohazard. Staff recalling the entirety of this message are ordered to seek amnestic treatment immediately. Do not think about octopi or squids. Appenditure 53-893. E. Sanderson, Emergent Phenomena Specialist, Site 18. 7:28:18, Greenwich Mean Time. To all embedded assets within the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the code word is clearance required. 7:41:01, Greenwich Mean Time. Do not abandon Site 17. I remind you that the punishment for desertion is summary execution. Verified Overseer Account. 8:02:27, Greenwich Mean Time. Distress signal received. Unable to respond. Sorry. T. Angstrom, Antarctic Regional Emergency Response Coordinator. 8:15, Greenwich Mean Time. This is an automated message. The communications network for Site 23 is non-operational at this time. The likely cause is fire, explosion, other. You'll be notified when the network is back in working order. Please do not respond. Foundation Announcements Server. 8:31:14, Greenwich Mean Time. Please sign up by today for the Site 81 Holiday Potluck. No paper plates or cups, please. F. Chow, Remote Site 81, Human Resources Director. 8:47:33, Greenwich Mean Time. Town of Blalock is back under control. Massive casualties. Need medevac and a disinformation team ASAP. M. Iqbal, Captain Mobile Task Force Zeta 1000. 8:55:12, Greenwich Mean Time. Times of India website has been taken down. Checking to see if other news outlets need to be taken offline. Stand by. N. Chowdhury, Western Asia Subdirector. 9/11/49, Greenwich Mean Time. False alarm, no need for further action, everything is fine. F. Ramirez, Research Director, Armed Topographical Area 7. 9/24/09, Greenwich Mean Time. We're activating the failsafe now. Our people have done all they can. Keep on fighting, everyone. W. Hermanson, Security Director, Armed Site 12. 9/38/22, Greenwich Mean Time. Cancel the order for the replacement Suzuki GSX R1000 chain. Found one at the local motorcycle shop. Bike works fine. A. Rojas, Captain, Mobile Task Force Phi 9. 9/51/02, Greenwich Mean Time. All personnel at Site 35 are instructed to stay away from maximum security morgue 3A until containment specialists have finished constructing the barrier. H. Casimir, Director, Site 35. 10/02/57, Greenwich Mean Time. The site lockdown continues until we can find SCP-2996. We'll discuss who's responsible for yesterday's unauthorized transfer afterward. K. Actus, Director, Site 81. 10/14/44, Greenwich Mean Time. I'm in the secure control room with Captain Hughes' credentials and a lot of blood on my lab coat. I don't remember what the contents of the message I'm supposed to send are. If anyone knows, that would be good. Z. Hughes, Captain, Mobile Task Force Epsilon 7. 10/17/43, Greenwich Mean Time. The day will come when this earth will be substituted with a new earth, and also the heavens, and everyone will be brought before God, the One, the Supreme. Allah preserve us. M. Al-Hazmi, Interfaith Liaison, Arms Area 19. 10:30, Greenwich Mean Time. November 3rd, 2016 Force Readiness Report. Update. Combat-capable forces in Zone 8 through 15. Personnel, 0 units. This message is automatically generated. Do not respond. Foundation Milserv List. 10:53/21, Greenwich Mean Time. Okay, you can let the news crews back into Angkor Wat now. W. Kozlowski, Senior Emergent Phenomena Specialist, Biosite 52. 10:59/57, Greenwich Mean Time. Apollo 62 is experiencing difficulties. We're limiting it to 001 critical activities now. Please use whatever backup systems are available to you. Watch yourselves out there. R. Armitage, Chief Information Officer. Addendum 001.2, Post-Serapsis Anomaly Documentation. Affected item, SCP-063. Pre-Serapsis description, plastic toothbrush, labeled the world's best toothbrush, capable of removing from existence all dead and inorganic matter that comes into contact with its bristles. Post-Serapsis description, an unidentified humanoid advertising itself as the world's best dentist. Entity has been known to appear at low-cost dental service facilities and is capable of generating a localized time anomaly used to make the entity in its patient experience time at a much slower rate than the outside world. Prior to amnestation, patients are reported experiencing dental procedures lasting in excess of 2 to 3 days during relative time periods of 10 to 15 minutes by outside observation. Affected subjects uniformly report healthy teeth and gums. Recontained? No. Affected item, SCP-087. Post-Serapis description. An unending stairwell located at University, host to an unknown hostile entity. Post-Serapis description. An unending stairwell located at United States Department of Defense Headquarters, aka the Pentagon, host to an unknown hostile entity. Of note, unlike the previous iteration of this anomaly, SCP-087 has been observed to open the doorway to its entrance of its own accord. Recontained? Yes. Affected item? SCP-106. Pre-Serapis description: hostile humanoid with corrosive effects on nearby matter, utilizing transdimensional space manipulation to capture prey subjects within an area under its absolute control for anomalously extended periods of time. Post-Serapis description: as before, with the exception that SCP-106 displays greater intelligence to the point of speaking with research staff and utilizing its dimensional manipulation properties for more effective escape attempts. Recontained? No. SCP-167. Pre-Serapis description: a 10-meter cubed object composed of an unknown white plastic polymer, accessible by a door serving as the access point for an indefinitely recursive series of doors leading to further extra-dimensional rooms of a similar nature. Post-Serapis description: a 10-meter cubed object composed of an unknown white plastic polymer, accessible by a door serving as the access point for an indefinitely recursive series of doors leading to further rooms of a similar nature. 11% of observed doors within SCP-167 now lead to rooms within other Foundation facilities. 7% of observed doors within SCP-167 now lead to the Russian Federation's still classified space station. 17% of observed doors now lead to rooms containing automated constructs of various models and types designed to forcibly harvest human brain tissue. Recontained? Yes. SCP-222. A tunnel complex in the Italian Dolomite Mountains containing a stone coffin, capable of producing biological copies of living human subjects placed inside. Clones suffer from global retrograde amnesia. A tunnel complex in the Italian Dolomite Mountains containing a stone coffin capable of producing biological copies of the mothers of living human subjects placed inside. Clones retain full memories of the original human they are based upon, and in cases where the original subject is deceased, memories of post-mortem experiences. Recontained? Yes. SCP-294. Anomalous coffee machine capable of producing any requested liquid substance and dispensing it. Anomalous coffee machine capable of producing any beverage currently produced by the Coca-Cola Company or its subsidiaries, regardless of input. Requests for non-Coca-Cola Company products from SCP-294 will affect the company's stock price in a manner not yet understood at present, with requests for non-edible items such as antifreeze, weed killer, and mercury displaying a tendency to result in sharp increases in trading. Recontained? Yes. SCP-332. Group of anomalous humanoids presenting as a high school marching band with cognitohazardous effects on human observers, contained at the former Kirk Lawnwood High School located in Group of anomalous humanoids presenting as a high school marching band with cognitohazardous effects on human observers, manifesting briefly and repeatedly at locations commonly associated with American high school marching band field trips, such as Walt Disney World, the Rose Bowl Outdoor Stadium, and Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. Recontained? No. SCP-383, an anomalous strain of influenza causing infected subjects to regurgitate various items deemed useful to that person in their present circumstances. An anomalous strain of influenza causing a cluster of infected subjects to regurgitate components of complex devices, typically of an illicit nature. These devices have included equipment for the manufacture of ketamine, electronic security lock override devices, remote-controlled explosive devices, and, in one case, sets of falsified identification credentials. Recontained? No. SCP-400. Organisms similar to the common pill bug observed to feed on human mammary secretions by infesting and manipulating deceased human infants, while exerting perceptual influence on humans in order to take advantage of natural child-rearing instincts to secure food supplies. Organisms similar to the common pill bug observed to feed on human mammary secretions by infesting and manipulating deceased humans up to the age of 17 to 18, while exerting perceptual influence on humans in order to take advantage of natural child-rearing instincts to secure food supplies. Recontained? No. SCP-426. I'm an electric toaster appliance that causes documentation about me and attempts to describe me to be in the first person. I cause subjects exposed to me for extended periods to identify themselves as a toaster in attempt to mimic my functions as such. You are a toaster. Recontained? No. SCP-565. An ambulatory human head mimicking the behavior of Carpilius convexus, coral crab. 3 ambulatory human heads mimicking the behavior of Mellivora campensis, honey badger. Specimens have demonstrated the ability to reproduce asexually. Recontained? Yes. SCP-583, anomalous video recording of an unknown performance of Sesame Street Live that causes viewers to perceive all fictional characters in any narrative they read, listen to, or see to die by asphyxiation. Anomalous video recording of an unknown performance of Sesame Street Live that causes viewers to perceive all fictional characters in any narrative they read, listen to, or see to die by asphyxiation after relating a short mini-narrative of the next 5 minutes that will be experienced by the viewer. Item reclassified to Keter. Recontained? Yes. SCP-662. A silver handbell that, when rung, summons a humanoid presenting as an English butler, anonymously capable of completing almost any assigned task. A silver handbell that, when rung, transports the person ringing it to an apparently random unknown location. In almost all instances, the subject will be requested to perform a seemingly impossible task, and will then be anonymously compelled to complete it, regardless of any normally debilitating distress or injury that may be encountered in the course of completing it. Recontained? Yes. SCP-686. A fluid resembling high-grade dairy milk, causing humans that ingest it to begin lactating at ever-increasing rates, growing mammary tissue and additional nipple structures, to accommodate new and/or increased milk production capabilities. A fluid resembling Thumbs Up brand cola, found in the field being manufactured at a beverage production plant in Hyderabad, India, causing humans that ingest to begin urinating a fluid with the same properties at ever-increasing rates. Recontained? No. SCP-701, a play known as the Hanged King's Tragedy, a mimetic phenomenon taking the form of a stage production that results in anomalous manifestations of unknown entities during performances, and, among other effects, causing thespians and audience members to engage in acts of violence. A television drama known as The Hanged King, premiering in American media markets throughout the HBO premium cable network on the 3rd of November 2016 with no advance notification or advertising. The first episode, entitled Hands the King, appears to encompass Act 1 of the play. The parts of Gonzalo, Isabella, Francisco, and Antonio are played by actors Javier Bardem, Ingrid Bolso Berdal, Alejandro Jodorowsky, and Beat Takeshi, respectively. Aside from the show's provenance, which was done without apparent knowledge or documented participation by any of the cast, crew, or executives who appear on film or listed in credits, no anomalous phenomena have yet been observed in connection with this program. On the 4th of November 2016, an information breach occurred when the New York Times reported that The Hang King had been renewed for 5 seasons by HBO. Recontained? No. SCP-795, a black, long-haired domestic cat capable of changing the physical form of entities within 30 meters of it and influencing thought processes of humans within effective range. SCP-795 uses these abilities to satisfy basic needs and desires consistent with that of a typical domestic cat. SCP-795 is capable of transferring these abilities to other cats on a temporary basis. A black, long-haired domestic cat capable of changing the physical form of entities within 30 meters of it and influencing thought processes of humans within effective range. SCP-795 uses these abilities to satisfy basic needs and desires consistent with that of a wasp of the Pompilidae taxonomic family, commonly referred to as tarantula hawks. SCP-795 is capable of transferring these abilities to other cats on a permanent basis. Recontained? No. SCP-852, an anachronistic steel and brass ship capable of space travel, as well as its mummified pilot found on the lunar surface. Pilot killed by unknown assailants on the lunar surface. An anachronistic steel and brass ship capable of space travel, as well as its mummified pilot, found on the lunar surface. Pilot killed by unknown assailants. Object is attended at all times by a disembodied man's voice speaking in French, urging an unknown party to be ready to kill him again. Voice does not respond to questioning or acknowledge any known events. Recontained? Yes. SCP-860. A blue key capable of fitting in any door lock, causing the user to pass through an extra-dimensional space resembling a small forest clearing between the room they are leaving and the room they are entering. A construction firm known as Blue Key Partners, operating primarily in London, specializing in excavation projects and restoration of historical buildings. Structures constructed by Blue Key Partners all contain multiple rooms that, upon entry, cause persons and items to be transported to an unknown locations. 3 persons have been documented entering these rooms. None have returned as of this time. Recontained? No. SCP-956, an animate piñata, causing children in its presence to become immobilized while internal organs are transmuted into packaged food products resembling common forms of candy. Consumption of this candy results in affected persons transforming into additional instances of SCP-956. An animate piñata causing children in its presence to become immobilized while internal organs are transmuted into small glass vials containing crack cocaine. Consumption of the contents of these vials results in affected persons transforming into additional instances of SCP-956. Recontained? No. SCP-993. Anomalous television program styled as a children's show featuring Bobble the Clown. Viewable only by children under the age of 10, featuring the titular character advocating and engaging in acts of violence and depravity. Anomalous television program styled as a cable news program featuring Bobble the Clown. Viewable only by adults over the age of 18, featuring the titular character urging prominent political figures to commit acts of violence and depravity, who are uniformly seen to agree with statements made by the character. Guests have included United Kingdom Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and National People's Congress of China Chairman Zhang Dejiang. Researchers have been unable to verify if guests on the show are aware of their appearance on it at this time. Recontained? Yes. SCP-1004. Computer program enabling users to access images and videos of any conceivable pornographic act, resulting in changes to expose persons' sexual preferences to extreme and violent acts and imagery. Computer program enabling users to access images and videos of any conceivable pornographic act involving a 67-year-old retired programmer living in Great Falls, Montana. SCP 1004 results in changes to expose persons' sexual preferences to extreme and violent acts perpetrated against. Recontained? Yes. SCP-1029, a JPEG image file depicting a stalk of purple flowers of the species Hyacinthus orientalis, capable of releasing a floral fragrance if the surface of the screen displaying the image is gently rubbed by a human subject. A series of JPEG image files depicting multiple human faces corresponding to 5 known living persons, 2 deceased persons, and 13 unknown persons. A living human subject rubbing the screen displaying these images causes depicted persons to experience analogous tactile sensations. Recontained? Yes. SCP-1165, a randomly accessible, uninhabited, extra-dimensional urban space with no observable boundaries. A randomly accessible, extra-dimensional urban space with no observable boundaries, populated by automated constructs of various models and types, designed to forcibly harvest human brain tissue. Initial drone explorations provisionally estimate the population of these constructs at 11.8 billion. Recontained? No. SCP-1173, an anti-memetic phenomena associated with the Islamic Republic of Eastern Samothrace, erasing awareness of the nation from the memory and perception of infected individuals. A memetic phenomena associated with the city of Kimarikon in the Islamic Republic of Eastern Samothrace, causing all infected individuals to be aware of the city's location, landmarks, major thoroughfares, and notable residents, including the entirety of the surviving former members of the Foundation Near Eastern Affairs Unit, now designated GOI 3394, with perfect recall. Recontained, pending completion of Operation Haven. SCP-1230, an unlabeled green hardcover book capable of causing human subjects who read it to experience detailed, perfectly recalled dreams resembling fantasy narratives, guided by an anomalous entity known as the Bookkeeper. An apparent 2nd century CE manuscript titled The Infancy Gospel of Polyxena, capable of causing human subjects to read it to experience detailed hallucinations in which they are present alongside a child possessed of miraculous abilities, believed to be a depiction of Jesus of Nazareth. All affected subjects commence their hallucinations in a location described by a disembodied female voice as the last catacombs. Choices made by affected subjects within the context of their hallucinations affect subsequent visions substantially. Recontained? Yes. SCP-1247, a human male with an anomalous condition causing him to perceive all animals, animal parts, and animal matter as American actor Shia LaBeouf. An anomalous condition affecting American actor Shia LaBeouf causing him to perceive all animals, animal parts, and animal matter as Shia LaBeouf. This anomaly has caused increasingly erratic behavior in Mr. LaBeouf and will likely require a high-profile containment effort. Contained? No.